Consumers are changing how they look for answers. They're bypassing traditional search engine links and asking AI chatbots directly. When an AI provides a direct recommendation, users rarely scroll down to find alternative links. If your brand isn't part of that generated answer, you lose that customer's attention before they ever reach your website. To adapt, brands are adopting a methodology called generative engine optimization, or GEO. But right now, marketing teams are falling into a trap. They're rushing out to buy GEO software, hooking it up, and then watching their actual AI recommendations stay exactly the same. To understand why this happens, we have to look at two platforms taking completely different approaches to the problem: Trakkr and GEOforge. These tools have entirely different identities. Trakkr is designed as a monitoring dashboard. GEOforge is built as an execution engine. The frustration in the market right now comes down to a simple misunderstanding, confusing knowing you have a problem with actually solving it. To succeed in the GEO lifecycle, complete 3 steps: measure baseline visibility, produce grounded content, and build citation networks. Most entry-level tools accomplish only that first step. They show where you stand, leaving you to figure out the rest. The software you choose dictates your position in this shift. You can either passively watch your market share vanish on a dashboard, or you can actively buy a system to reclaim it. Let's look closely at how these platforms actually produce the content they want AI models to read. Trakkr relies strictly on public web signals. Based on what it finds online, it generates a capped output of 25 to 100 articles a month, depending on your plan. Look at this diagram. When you recycle public data to feed a central AI node, you yield 0 net new information. The models already know what's on the public web, so your brand visibility flatlines. GEOforge tackles this problem by using a core ingestion system they call BaseForge. BaseForge ingests your proprietary internal assets. You feed it CRM data, subject matter expert interviews, and specific product documentation. This creates what is known as information gain. Large language models prioritize and cite net new, grounded data over recycled public content. There is an operational trade-off here. To make BaseForge work, your team has to put in significant upfront human effort to gather and organize that internal data for the initial ingestion. Automated content generation only moves the needle if the engine is being fed valuable data that the AI models don't already have. Content is only one side of the equation. We also have to look at how these tools track your market position and help you act on it. This is where Trakkr excels. It provides the broadest monitoring available by tracking your visibility across 8 different major AI models simultaneously. As we see in this interface breakdown, Trakkr funnels data from those 8 streams to identify exactly which sources AI models are citing about you, and then delivers a weekly prioritized action playbook. But here is the critical limitation. Trakkr gives you the playbook, and then it stops. Your internal team still has to manually perform the outreach required to build those reference networks. GEOforge offers an automated alternative for network building through their SiteForge system and direct CMS integrations. Rather than just handing you a list, GEOforge actively conducts citation outreach on your behalf and pushes your newly grounded content directly to platforms like WordPress or Webflow. GEOforge sacrifices monitoring scope, focusing primarily on ChatGPT and Google AI overviews, rather than Trakkr's 8 models. Marketing teams have to choose between perfectly observing the entire multimodal battlefield or actively conquering a specific high-value corner of it. You can't make this decision without looking directly at the massive disparity in subscription pricing. Trakkr scales from $79 to $399 a month for their standard plans. For early-stage marketing budgets, that pricing is immediately appealing. It fits easily as a highly affordable software line item. But this diagram illustrates the hidden trade-off. That low sticker price creates a high internal labor cost because you're paying expensive employee hours to manually execute all of the tool's recommendations. GEOforge sits on the opposite end of the spectrum. The base platform scales up to $2,500, but that tier purchases a fully managed service. You get an end-to-end team running your GEO strategy, handling citation outreach and managing paid media. It's an undeniable barrier to entry. That steep upfront financial commitment is often prohibitive for smaller agencies or teams that are just testing the waters. But cheap software isn't actually cheap if it requires half of a marketer's workweek just to operate the dashboard. To choose the right tool, you have to honestly assess your team's primary operational constraint. Ask yourself this specific question. Are you currently limited by your financial budget, or are you limited by internal time and bandwidth? If you look at this decision tree, Trakkr is the clear choice if you are early in your geo journey, your budget is constrained, and you simply need to establish a broad baseline of your AI visibility. Just be certain you have the internal bandwidth to act on those analytics yourself. GeoForge is the correct route if you are actively losing market share in AI search right now. You possess rich proprietary data, and you need immediate visibility correction. It is built specifically for time-poor teams who understand the return on investment of outsourcing execution to a managed engine. Search behaviors are changing every day, and the window to capture this new market share is closing. Winning in generative search requires a system that identifies visibility gaps and provides the mechanical means to close them.